What about, the fact that you have spoken of the Chief Justice's, Justice Chandrachud's response to this? In fact, one of your comments on social media said the Chief Justice has taken a position. He's welcomed these laws. He, in fact, described them to be a watershed moment. What happens now? Now that the Chief Justice has taken a position on these laws that are being so fiercely debated in the public space, is that some sort of conflict of interest, or how do you see it?
It was a sad day when he made a comment welcoming these laws. First of all, it was completely unnecessary. As the Chief Justice of India, he should have known, or ought to have known, that there is going to be a challenge to these laws, and he will be called upon to decide about the constitutional validity. Barkha petitions were filed against these laws even before they came into force, and the court rejected them, saying they have not come into force. But D-Day has come now. So obviously there will be a whole new lot of petitions filed in the court, which the Chief Justice of India is going to be called upon to decide. Now, what happens once he has already welcomed these laws? Certainly it will lead to a bias in the mind of the petitioners. Look, and of course, public interest litigation is one thing, but there are real people who will go to court, who will be probably arrested, and who will say, why am I being arrested for 60 days? Why am I being arrested for 90 days instead of 15 in police custody? What happens then? They will definitely carry a bias in their minds that a person who has pronounced on these laws in the public domain is going to be biased against me. Now, it's not, as I can understand, probably the Chief Justice meant that the introduction of IT technology in the use of forensic investigation is a welcome step. But the comment was not confined to that issue. So I think it's a very serious matter.
So, he can't possibly recuse himself from all the cases that come to the Supreme Court.
Yes, that would. If there are millions of cases, he can't refuse.
It's not practical, though we don't really know his mind on these laws. He may have been making a general comment that you say he should not have made.
I do agree with you that we are not in a position to make up our minds exactly what he meant when he said what he said. But there is no way of knowing unless he's willing to have a proper debate with the legal profession. We now have Supreme Court Bar Association, a new president who can certainly approach him and request a debate on the issue. Transparency on these matters is always welcome. There is no two ways of looking at it. But when something is for sure going to be pending in a court of law, then I guess it's best for judges not to comment on it outside the courtroom.